going to start on main stage, and we are still waiting for some people to be joining us, but we're going to start anyway. So we have this great topic about exceptional products. So I hope you will be joining us while we start. And I would like to welcome on stage straight away Giulia Ugadi, Daniele Marconi, and Régis Bertrand. Please join me here. Thank you very much. Welcome all three of you. So it will be like a living room discussion just between us, very flexible, very relaxed. So feel free to say whatever you want, right? And we hope that there will be more people in the room. So feel free to join us. Well, showcasing exceptional products, right? What makes them stand out in the market? This is the discussion that we're going to have. Probably before we start, just briefly, quick word about what you're doing. Maybe Julia, I give you the floor. Just quick word about who you are and the microphone. Yeah.
So, I represent GeoFoods, which is an Italian company that has been in the market for the last 40 years. And what we try to do since the beginning of our journey was to present in the market something that wasn't a regular product, but an exceptional product instead. So we relied on very few selected suppliers to guarantee to our customers highly selected products, which is at the first was just fresh truffles. Right. And then when the company started to grow a little bit, we also included some preserved products. And right now we have doubled our production capacity. So we are proudly in more than 50 countries, bringing the Italian, savoir-faire when it comes to fresh truffles and preserved products as well.
Fantastic. Thank you for sharing, Giulia. And we remain in Italy. And Daniele, you have also some experience to bring in helping Italian family businesses really to bring exceptional goods to global stage. Can you tell us a bit more?
Exactly, that's what I do since too many years by now. But yeah, we select best Italian, or one of the best, we believe, Italian products and Italian companies that represent excellences in their fields. Excellence not just for the product, but for the whole concept of company. And we try to bring them around the world and to educate people about what does it mean, excellent food product, the meaning of excellence in terms of food product.
Fantastic. And last but not least, Régis Bertrand, you're from Classic Fine Foods. So maybe I'll leave you explain what you're doing.
I can try. My name is Régis. I'm in charge of Classic Fine Food based in Middle East. We have one company in Dubai since 2006. We just opened now the Saudi market with Classic Fine Food this month. We still fully focus on the fine dining and hotel and restaurant for five-star hotel. We are part of Metro Group, present in more than 30 countries. Then yes, this is our topic to reinforce our position in Middle East.
Fantastic. So maybe to set a little bit the context, probably let's speak about the current trends. This market is different but in European market because you are in various countries, not just in this region but elsewhere. What are the current trends in Europe? I mean, about, for example, premium products like truffles. How are you adapting your strategies to meet the ever-evolving customer preferences?
When it comes to fresh truffles and premium products in general, what we've noticed personally is that consumers are way more interested in the sustainability of products, how we source our raw materials. So what we tried to focus on was to, have very trusted supplier that could enable us to guarantee a high quality product, and focusing not just on the price but on a high level product that could satisfy literally just a niche market. When you are trying to sell a premium product, I think it's very important to analyze the market where you want to enter, and especially in Europe when we have a very saturated market, just to differentiate your brand compared to the other, you have really to stand up with a product that is exceptional. So we focused on finding the best raw ingredients, finding the best recipes, selecting just the best truffle, not for mass market, but just very selected customers that could understand what they were buying, and by understanding what they were actually having in their hands, they were also willing to pay for that the right price, at least for us.
Do you see a difference between when you do business in Europe and in this in the MENA region, and any differences?
Yeah, I think that in Europe the market is still demanding for more biological products, some really products that are focused on the sustainability of the brand.
More organic, more sustainable.
Organic. So we are working on that too. We have our products with very different certification, BRC certification, IFS, and halal certified. That is something that we started to do more than 10 years ago, because the focus of the company was to bring the Italian products not just in Europe but around the world. And given that we work a lot with Asia, that has been a key changer for us. So we try to understand the trends and understand how to, meet customers' needs. And we are trying to, also come up with other certification that would enable our product to expand in also in different markets. And Saudi, hopefully, it's one of this one.
We're going to speak about that a little bit more, but maybe Regis, Classic Fine Foods is very renowned for its commitment to exceptional quality product, gourmet product. How do you select them? How do you select the products you represent? And I know, is there a process, where you think about, okay, this is the product that, to reach the excellence you're looking for, how do you pick them?
We can have different ways to select the product. The first one could be through the brand, because the pastry chef or the chef knows already the brand they would like to have. Then it could be the first selection we can have. But during the last 10 years or 15 years now, the most important for the chef is the sustainability. And for that, in Europe or in Asia, we try to push the maximum as we can the local production. To try, it's very difficult in Middle East because they don't have a lot of production. They start to have some. For example, in Saudi, we start to operate with the Noog. Noog is the one who produce gelato or butter or cream from the camel milk. That makes sense for that. The maximum as we can, we try to select the product, the local product, close to our customer. But because in this part of the world it could be more complex, we use the network of metro everywhere in each country to try to select the small producer with a nice story behind that. I think the sustainability could be the next step. Before was more and more the brand. Before was sometime only the price. And now through our customer, we can observe they push more and more on the sustainability, the capability to share the story about the producer, how he produced that. And I think now it could be the most important things.
That's very insightful. Thank you, Regis. And Daniele, just to maybe reflect on what has been said, the concept of food excellence itself now extends beyond the quality of the product itself to include company's heritage, sustainability practices, and have a vision, I'm guessing. So how are Italian family businesses adapting to this broader definition, and what does that mean in real life for their growth strategies?
Yeah, that's a very interesting point, the actual point that all Italian companies are facing today. I think the concept of excellence, food excellence, has been evolving, not changing, but evolving, growing up. We can say before we were talking just about the product, now we talk about sustainability, about procurement channels, welfare. It's whole concept. What I see, at least with the partners I'm dealing with, they are ready. Some of them are already ahead, even this evolution. That's because the mentality of this company producing food excellence has always been to be the best in what they are doing, to look for the best. They've been working every day to try to get the best they could do for their product. So they are ready to make steps ahead in order to improve in whatever fields needed. And now they are understanding that it's not anymore just making the best product.
Right.
It's not anymore just making the right packaging for the best product, but they need to look at other factors. Sustainability in terms of environment, sustainability in terms of work processing, sustainability in terms of what's the life of the employees in the company.
So integrating all those factors right at the beginning before
Absolutely.
designing the product itself. Maybe Julia, tell us about what are the challenges that you face, when promoting high quality products like truffles in quite competitive markets, like here, for example, but also elsewhere. If you have any other examples, and how do you overcome them?
Yes, let's say when it comes to fresh truffle, it is a competitive market because it has so many competitors inside. So the saturation of the market is definitely one of the challenges that we are facing on a daily basis. We are working with a perishable product, so also the delivery of products is quite important. How we pack them, how we deliver them, the time that it gets for truffles to arrive to the location, it's crucial because otherwise they will literally die. Truffles are a living product, so they must be, taken care like they were babies. So that is the fun part, but also the hard part about selling such a delicate product. Definitely, when it comes to preserved products, it's way easier because we developed a network that enables us to sell to more than 50 countries quite easily because nowadays it's possible to actually organize things in order to have all your deliveries made on time, and it has become easier. But the price sensitivity, the amount of competitors inside are making this market very hard to be in. So
Right.
that's why we decided to focus on a really niche market, because if we were to do a mass market, a lot of brands actually do truffles. But the difference comes when you, in the selection that you make, in the harvesting area that you have. For instance, we have some harvesting areas all around Italy and Europe. We rely on trusted partners when it comes to winter truffles coming from Chile, from Australia. So we try to create a network that enables us to sell truffles to Michelin star chefs, to the best kitchens in the world, to distributors around pretty much every country. And the key factor for us was to maintain always this type of quality. The family business we're in, it's quite, let's say, small. It's not a family business anymore, but we still work as if we were an artisan. So
Right.
every parcel is made by from scratch, from the person that you may have truffles coming in the morning. We have people washing them, brushing them, and closing them. It's really something that it's made in an artisanal way. For instance, our carpaccio is something that I always tell because it's, to me, is a fun fact. We have a lady in the company that basically spend most of her day putting truffle slices inside jars because she wants the best ones to be, outstanding. So she spends the whole day doing this. And I am telling my clients, do you have the same service in
Right.
other companies? So the service itself, it's something that it's making the difference.
The
How
difference,
you serve,
right.
it's like if they wear clothes. You can buy clothes everywhere, but the service that you're getting from a luxury brand is not
Absolutely.
the service that you're getting from a chain brand.
Right. And Regis, I'm sure this must resonate what Julia was saying. Yeah, the premium food market was also highly competitive, so differentiation is key. Are there any strategies that you put in place to be more differentiating?
As Julia explained, the most important now is the service. And on top of the service, this is our capability to explain to the chef the seasonality, because the climate change a lot, the production change a lot. The periodicity during the year now is more and more difficult to explain. Then I fully agree with you, Julia. We have a split between services and the capability we will have to explain to the chef when we will have the product. Could be not as before, could be later, could be earlier, but we must be more in our communication to inform the chef it's better to use the product when we got the product and not when they want to have the product. We try through Metro and Classic Fine Food to explain the maximum as we can the best period to use the product, and not as before. They would like to have the same product full year during 12 months. Cannot be. Then it's a challenge on services and challenge on explain where the product come from,
Right.
what is the impact from the climate, and the restriction and the limitation we have now for the fish.
So more transparency in.
Training, information, and we must be fully frank with our customer. You cannot have a sea bass from the same sea full year. Then we must respect some natural impact we have. And
Of
now
course,
yes,
yes.
then services fully agree with you. But more than that, training and explanation in my point of view.
Fantastic. Thank you, Regis. And Daniele, for you, it's the product, but it goes beyond the product. It's also the family legacy. And it's for businesses like Italian family businesses, there are exceptional products, but limited international presence. This is what you're working on. How do you not just showcase the product, but the idea is also to showcase the entire company excellence, right?
Yeah.
It's a little bit
That's a
more
challenge.
complex, right?
That's the challenge because we're saying how you differentiate yourself. This is the way you differentiate yourself, but it's not easy at all. You cannot sell this product just making advertisement or just making social media campaigns or just letting test the product. It must be much more than just tasting the product itself. And the way to promote it is not easy. I still believe the best strategy is to work on one-to-one contact. So to speak about the product, speak about the company, speak about what you do, how you do it, why you do it. And moreover, when you have the one-to-one contact, you are able to pass the passion, the emotion that you have on doing the job you are doing. Because all these family business, they are doing the job with their own passion, with something they are doing since the father and the father of the father, and sometimes even more. So this is very important. If you are able to get this connection, if you're able to get the one-to-one contact and to pass this through, to pass these values through maybe to your distributor, and the distributor is so convinced that it will pass to the end user, and maybe the end user, the restaurant will pass to the final customer. That's it, you have done your job. But of course, it's not easy to do that. It's very time-consuming, it's costly, and you need to have a very precise strategy. You need to study the steps you need to do because the resources are not unlimited. So definitely the challenge is to select the market and make the right steps one at a time in order to reach that. But the other side of the medal is that if you are able to do it and you do it, then you are really in a strong position in the market. And it's very difficult for someone else to come in.
Right. And are there any innovations? I think it's a question for all three of you. Any innovation that you're working on to address specific markets like here? Is it different in the way you think what kind of products you're going to sell in these regions? Are they really different from what we have in Europe or elsewhere? Regis, Julia, Daniele, anyone can jump in.
Go ahead.
In Middle East, now we can observe the big group as Marriott, Accor, request more and more to take care on the nature, to avoid to have any more plastic,
Great.
to reduce the volume of, I would say, the bad packaging. Then it could be, now the innovation is could be more on the packaging, on the quantity per box, to minimize the maximum as we can the impact. Of course, the product is through the supplier we have and through the capability they have to innovate and to create a new product. But in our side, as a distributor, the challenge now is more on the packaging and on the cost of transportation. Could be more on it because the innovation, if you still focus on the natural product, as I explained before, focus on the local production, I think now the best is not to have the one new color of carrots. The most important is to have the good one at the good time and to respect the sustainability, I would say. Innovation for me now is more on packaging and transportation.
Supply chain, I think, also plays a role in this innovation. Definitely, it's the innovation goes exactly in what Reggie just said, and supply chain play a big role because more and more taking care of the environment and everything connected to that. Of course, you need to source your raw materials, your ingredients in a way that you have less impact as possible in all this. And I think this is the way. There is no, I don't see any other way to do business either here or in other place in the world.
Julia?
For our sector, this also applies to the supply chain that we have. I think that right now it's really important to find suppliers that really use harvesting techniques that do not damage the environment and enable the territory to grow and to be used by also future generations, because when you try to exploit territory too much, then you end up not leaving anything for the for future generations. So what we focus by choosing really trustworthy suppliers, harvesting areas that we find that are controlled as we want. It's honestly the best way to guarantee a product that it's not only good but also takes care of something that it's bigger than that, so the environment, what comes next, and how people, and in our case also animals, are treated, because while we do the truffle hunting, we also rely on dogs to doing that. And I think that building this kind of trusted relationship with people that harvest truffles for us has been a key changer. What I always tell is that even like my CEO, which is Vania Olivieri, which has been a pioneer in this sector, still to this date goes and buy truffles to the truffle hunter's house by house. And so from let's say from now till the end of the year, you'll find her going and buying truffles in every hunter's house. And it's something that it's more than just buying the product itself. It's a sort of respect for the person that have worked so hard, and also for creating a relationship that will be long lasting. That's, I think, what customers would like to have, a relationship with a supplier that it's long lasting, so they can really rely on them when they need to, and they can trust them fully.
Right. So it's really from what I pick is it's quite a niche market and the gourmet market, but it's opening up also in a way. I feel that storytelling and heritage, all of that has a real meaning here. But then the question is very to all three of you, when we look at the environment we're living in, where there's overload of information and social media, and everybody seems to have like the best relevant products, always advertising. It's just too many things going on. I'm curious to hear from you about that. How are you traditional, very strong heritage Italian family company businesses? You are in a specific niche. You're doing gourmet. What is the strategy there? How are you addressing that? Do you look at what's going on there in this wild, crazy digital world? Do you do business differently for these, do you evolve with those trends? And if you're doing it, how are you doing it?
Who's going to start?
The digital is one tools.
Of course.
The most important still the products and the talents of the chef to be able to express or to show the best of the product and the capability they have to create a recipe. I would say 10 years ago, the digital take the power on it through Instagram or TikTok or whatever it is. But for us, and the same for you, the most important is to have the quality of the product at the right time with the right supply chain, in my point of view. And the digital tools and the communication is something to support the quality of the assortment and the selection and the test, not as before, where it's very important to be fashion and to be with the last brand.
Yeah.
I thought, it's my personal conviction, the most important now is our capability to source the right product at the right place at the right moment and to deliver properly.
Right.
And more the product will be local, close to the final consumer. In my point of view, is the best solution.
Ethical sourcing, yeah.
Also, what we noticed that more and more people are starting to buy online. So what we personally did was to actually build up an e-commerce, and we noticed that especially younger generation tend to prefer this kind of interaction compared to maybe regular interactions when it comes to products. So we've seen, especially in Europe, a huge investment on that. And I think that the fact that also younger generation are approaching this sector is changing things a little bit, because social medias in general are becoming more and more important. Showcasing your product with the right, person on Instagram or TikTok can actually make the difference to reach a different target, because it has become almost a key factor for a
Right.
company to have a presence online and to have an Instagram feed or a TikTok feed that actually showcase what the products is, what are the company's goals, the credo of the company, and all the heritage that you try to share. Because without doing that, it's almost like you're not using all of your tools. It's like you have them at
Like
your
Régis
disposal.
was saying, yes,
exactly.
absolutely. And yet, I had this question yesterday with a chef, and he said something quite interesting. He said, if the thing is having a good product, because you can showcase a lot of things on social media, but then will you last? That's the key. It was very interesting to hear that you won't last if you don't have the right product.
I think this is exactly the point when we talk about Italian family business. They're doing this since some companies I have here is 600 years old, 15 generation of the family. They've been passing wars, they've been passing a lot of things. They're still there, still doing the business. So social media or whoever is the evolution, it's great things that we must use. We don't have to fight, we have to use.
It's a tool.
But at the end of the day, if you don't have the roots in the ground, they will pass.
Right.
But if you have the roots in the ground, you will stay and growing. If you're able to use this tool, will only help you to do better what you are doing.
All right, just one final question, and we wrap up. Final question is really if there are people who wish to, want to put like exceptional products on the market, what would be, as experts, your one advice to them? Very briefly, each one of you. Don't do it. It's too crazy. No, I'm kidding.
I can say one thing. To make a great product is not that difficult. But to make a great product that you can sell is not that easy. That's one point. And second point, you can buy everything. You can buy the best machine. You can buy the best professional skilled people. You can have the best factory, best production line, the best environmental situation, but you can never buy history.
Beautiful. Julia?
Yeah, I agree a lot on what was said, because I think heritage is one of the key factors while trying to promote an exceptional product. Because as he said, most of our products, especially like in Europe, in France, we have been really working hard on that, because kitchen and the culinary stuff in general, it's part of our culture. So we communicate with food. So it has always been something that will be important for us. What it's difficult when you want to promote an exceptional product is to make the customer understand what's behind that. So if you're able to do that, then you're able to sell everything.
No. Régis, I think you have the final word.
Could be not the best. To summarize, in my point of view, as a distributor, it's very easy, because our job is only to make the link between someone will produce something exceptional with someone be able to transform or to use with the skills and the talents. We made the difference between one restaurant to another one. We are just in the middle. Then our job is to take care on the supply chain, to source properly the product, and to be able to bring the product, but to bring the story behind the product. And I'm fully agree with you, because now we must accept to pay the price of the quality, or to pay the price for something different than another one. Then we are in the middle, and we must to support the maximum as we can the producer, the people who select, who take care on the product, who work a lot on the quality, and to provide to the final talents as a chef or pastry chef, whatever it is,
Right.
to give him a chance to do it properly. And now, through the sustainability, because it's something very important we must to consider.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much to all three of you. It was great to have this chat. Thank you so much.
Thank
And
you.
all the best.
Thank